Your steering wheel is trying to kill your bank account. Right now, thousands of drivers are staring down a $700 repair bill for a problem that a $15 part can fix in your driveway, and the shop counting on you, never finding that out. Today, you are going to learn the 10 diagnostic traps that turn a $15 fix into a $2,000 nightmare. And by the time you reach number 1, you will understand exactly why your car shakes at idle, why every mechanic you have ever visited conveniently skipped this step, and why ignoring it could cost you your transmission. Stick with me to the very end, because the final reveal is the exact cheap sensor hiding behind your air filter that most shops pray you never learn to clean yourself. Starting our countdown at number 10 is the motor mount replacement gamble, and shops love opening with this one because it sounds structural and scary. You will hear a quote near $800 before anyone even checks your RPM needle, and that number alone is designed to rattle you into a same-day approval. The truth is, a torn motor mount usually announces itself with a heavy clunk on acceleration, not a steady vibration at a red light, and Consumer Reports has flagged this exact upsell pattern across multiple chain repair shops nationwide. Owners on forums for Hondas and Chevys alike describe paying for mounts only to feel the same shake driving home because the real culprit was starving for clean air the entire time. This is a costly mistake, dressed up as urgent safety work, and it drains your wallet while your actual problem keeps ticking like a bomb under the hood. At number 9 sits the spark plug hustle, a $200 tune-up pitched the second you flinch at the motor mount price. A technician pulls one plug, points at a thin gray crust, and tells you your ignition system is dying. But a properly firing plug with light carbon buildup is completely normal and does not cause a violent shake on its own. New plugs will smooth things out for a week or two, giving you false comfort. Then the exact vibration creeps back within a couple thousand miles because nobody touched the sensor actually lying to your engine computer. NHTSA complaint data shows drivers repeating this same plug swap 2 and 3 times a year, chasing a problem that was never about ignition at all. That is not maintenance, that is a slow financial bleed disguised as a tune-up. Number 8 is the fuel injector flush, a service that sounds high-tech and runs you close to $200 for 15 minutes of pressurized solvent. Shops love this one because it feels invisible. You cannot see inside your fuel rail, so you have no way to argue. But a rough idle from bad fuel metering data almost never means your injectors are physically clogged. It means a sensor upstream is feeding your computer garbage numbers, and no amount of solvent fixes bad math. A $10 bottle of fuel system cleaner poured straight into your tank does the same chemical job without the labor markup. Paying 2 hours of labor for a problem a gas station bottle solves is nothing short of a betrayal of your trust. Sliding into number 7, the ignition coil swap turns your dashboard misfire code into an excuse to replace parts that were never broken. A single flashing check engine light on cylinder 3 gets translated into an order for a full coil set, sometimes $400 out the door, when the fix should start with simply rotating the suspected coil to another cylinder to see if the misfire follows it. If it does not follow, your coils are innocent. Full stop, and you just avoided throwing money at healthy hardware. Owner complaints filed with NHTSA repeatedly describe repeat misfires after full coil replacements because the actual sensor feeding the fuel trim was never inspected. Do not let a flashing light talk you into a $400 guess. Number 6 brings the throttle body replacement scam, and this one stings because the fix costs almost nothing, while the sales pitch costs $700. A sticky throttle plate covered in oily carbon sludge gets labeled as a dead actuator motor, and you are told the entire assembly needs replacing. In reality, a can of throttle body cleaner and a soft brush restores a buttery smooth idle in about 10 minutes for under $10. Because the motor was never broken, it was just fighting friction from gunk. Dealerships routinely skip cleaning because a bolt-on replacement bills at a far higher margin than 15 minutes of degreaser and elbow grease. Falling for this one, means paying 70 times the real cost for a problem you could solve with a rag. At number 5, the vacuum leak smoke test preys on your fear of the unknown, running you close to $150 to chase a whistle you probably cannot even hear. A tiny pinhole in an obscure hose gets discovered with theatrical smoke and billed as hours of manifold labor, but modern engine computers actively compensate for minor air leaks using fuel trim adjustments, quietly neutralizing small leaks before you ever feel them. If your whole car is shaking hard enough to spill your coffee, a microscopic vacuum leak is not nearly enough air volume to cause it. You would hear a loud hiss from outside the vehicle first. Refuse the expensive smoke show unless you can actually hear the leak yourself, because that smoke machine is often just theater covering a 5-minute cleaning job happening behind your back. Number 4 is the transmission shutter panic. And this is where the real financial disaster hides, because a shop can quote you nearly $3,000 for a torque converter or clutch pack rebuild. Your vehicle bucks hard off the line, and it genuinely feels like the gearbox is failing, but a computerized automatic transmission is hydraulically linked to engine torque, and a stumbling engine sends a violent jolt through perfectly healthy gears. Revving the engine in park to 2,000 RPM, and feeling that same hesitation with the transmission disengaged, proves the gearbox was never the problem at all. Committing to a rebuild before ruling out the engine is the single most expensive mistake on this entire list, and it is a trap that has cost owners their life-saving. A sensor that costs less than a fast food meal. Number 3 is the premium fuel myth, a quiet monthly tax that adds up to hundreds of dollars a year for zero mechanical benefit. A service advisor hears about your rough idle and casually suggests switching to 93 octane, implying your standard fuel is somehow too weak for your engine. Unless your owner's manual explicitly requires premium, octane only measures resistance to early ignition. It does not clean anything, and it does not carry extra power. So this advice fixes absolutely nothing about a shaking idle. Recommending expensive fuel is a lazy diagnostic shortcut from a technician who does not want to hunt down the actual sensor failure. Do not let anyone guilt you into an ongoing tax at the pump to mask a problem sitting somewhere else entirely. Number 2 is the diagnostic ransom. The moment a shop charges you $180 just to plug a scanner into your dashboard and read a federally standardized code. Every vehicle sold since 1996 speaks the exact same universal language, and a $20 reader from any parts store pulls the identical code a dealership laptop displays. Shops hold that code hostage, using it to justify hours of labor for a task that genuinely takes 10 seconds, then push you straight into every repair listed above. Walk into any national auto parts chain and get that code read completely free before you authorize a single dollar of work. Paying for a code you could get for nothing is the definition of a money pit built on pure intimidation. And now, number 1, the true villain behind your shaking engine, your surging RPMs, and your rough idle, the mass airflow sensor, sitting quietly on your intake tube just behind your air filter for a fraction of what every fake fix above has already cost you. This tiny $15 component uses a heated platinum wire to measure exactly how much air enters your engine, and your entire fuel computer trusts that single reading completely. Over tens of thousands of miles, road dust, pollen, and oily residue bake onto that wire, insulating it just enough that it starts lying to your computer, reporting far less air than is actually flowing in. Your engine panics, slashes fuel delivery, and runs dangerously lean. And that is the exact moment your RPMs crash, and your entire car starts shaking like a washing machine on spin cycle. Mechanics love quoting $300 for a brand new sensor because of full replacement bills at dealership rates. But all that dirty sensor usually needs is a gentle cleaning with a specialized mass airflow spray, never brake cleaner, which will melt the delicate housing in seconds. Unplug the connector, remove 2 small screws, spray the exposed wire with short controlled bursts, let it air dry for 60 seconds, and reinstall it, and you will watch a rough idle that cost other drivers thousands disappear in under 10 minutes for less than the price of other sensors. You just walked through 10 traps that the repair industry counts on you, never questioning. And every single one of them led back to a sensor that a $15 can of cleaner could have solved from day one. Do not let a clipboard and a scary number talk you into a repair you have not verified yourself. Because that fear is exactly how shops turn a 10-minute fix into a $3,000 nightmare. If this saved you from walking into that trap, drop a comment telling me where you are watching from.